18 years and older.
Please do not place anything along the railing, including holding signs over said railing, so they do not fall on the track. And overflow parking can be found along Cabot Street. Please do not park at any of the local businesses, as you may be towed.
We also want to let you know that we'll be drawing most of the raffles at halftime. There are 2 prizes that will be drawn at the end of the day tomorrow, but a lot of the other prizes are going to be called at halftime, so make sure you get your tickets in before then.
Absolutely. And Maine Roller Derby would like to thank our officials, many of whom have traveled long distances to support this tournament. Officials keep Derby safe, fair, and fun. This game literally can't happen without them. Special thanks to our head officials, Chemical Restraint and Candied Bacon, and our games tournament oversight officer, Dry White Toast. Also, don't forget to check out our Skatecationland merch. It's limited edition, and it is at the skate rental counter. We have t-shirts and stickers designed by myself.
They're amazing.
And buy something now so you can make sure to remember today, aka the best day of your life, for years to come. Visit the merch tables for our visiting teams over in concessions area as well.
We've got a great bout coming up for us between the Port Authorities, Maine Roller Derby Port Authorities, and the Dirty Jersey Roller Derby All-Stars. Less than a minute till the first jam.
It looks like we have number 999, Becca, jamming for Maine Roller Derby. And we have number 7782, Riot, jamming for Dirty Jersey.
Riot. The skaters have taken the track.
The atmosphere is tense.
Here we go. And they're off.
7782 off like a shot and gets lead. And with a quick switch to offense, Becca is also out of the pack.
Looks like a penalty has been called on blue 1-2 for a high block. So blue skater 1-2 will be sitting in the penalty box for the next 30 seconds, starting at the next jam.
And we have our first point of this game, and it is the 1 point, but Dirty Jersey is currently in the lead. Number 10, Thugs Bunny, somehow staying upright through that pack.
Tough Crust Pizza, number 360 for Dirty Jersey Roller Derby, right behind. And that's the jam.
These are some quick jams to start us off with.
Quick skaters.
Quick skaters, quick jams. We're keeping our points neck and neck at the moment. We have a 1 point tie.
We've got white 8-8 Pixie Stick for Dirty Jersey Roller Derby and blue 716 Cabbage Smash Kid for the Port Authorities. And a penalty has been called on a white blocker. Looks like that was a forearm for Joy Z Devil. White 1-3-2.
That was some beautiful offense from our port authorities there on that pass. Let's see if they can do it again. There it is.
I believe the Dirty Jersey Roller Derby did have a star pass on that last one. The jammer can remove their star and pass it to their pivot in a time of need. The pivot, the skater with the stripe on their helmet, jammer with a star. The Port Authorities scored 16 points on that last jam, bringing them into the lead.
We have number 5-6, Shreddy Bear for the Port Authorities, and 7782 for Dirty Jersey, who has just gotten out with lead.
Another penalty called for the Port Authorities. Blue 9 T-Rex with a forearm penalty. And the jam is called off by lead Cargo Riot 7782 for Dirty Jersey Roller Derby. They scored 4 points in that last jam, bringing their score up to 5.
And that is Blue 999 Becca, who has gotten lead. 360 is still attempting to make their way out of the pack, which they do.
And it's a power jam for the Dirty Jersey Roller Derby. Now, Becca did have lead, but in receiving a penalty, she has lost lead. Therefore, this jam will last a full 2 minutes. Not an easy task. It's tough out there skating for 2 minutes. Typically, the jammers like to call it off before then, but full 2 minutes, this jam will be served. And the box is clear. Becca back on the track.
Dirty Jersey working hard to get their jammer through. A star pass has been completed. And with that, our new jammer makes it out of the pack.
Dr. Babe, number 4. Hitting the wall hard, Dr. Babe.
Absolutely.
Becca making it through for another 4 points. And that's the jam. Full 2 minutes.
That full 2-minute jam is tiring, folks. I can tell you from personal experience. These skaters are working hard for every point out here.
Score currently 33-11. Couple points scored for both teams on that last jam.
Up next, we have 1-0 Thugs Bunny for the Port Authorities and 8-8 Pixie Sticks for Dirty Jersey.
Bugs Bunny 1-0 for Port Authorities, making it out of the pack first, which means she has the lead. She can call it off at any time.
And some beautiful line work there from number 8-8. Gets them out of the pack.
Apex jump.
Speaking of beautiful line work, that is an apex jump from Thugs Bunny.
4 points for the Port Authorities. The Dirty Jersey Roller Derby not able to score on that round. Looks like Ivana Exposia, white 1-9, got a penalty for direction, which they're currently serving in the box. A direction penalty when they push a player from the opposite team in the non-derby direction.
And that is a penalty on the blue jammer 716, giving Dirty Jersey a power jam.
Power jam. Some great offense work from white. It did lead to 1 penalty to white 6. But Cargo Riot makes it through the pack for 4 points. Blue jammer Cabbage Smash Kid returning to the track.
Makes it through the pack.
Cargo Riot choosing to call off the jam before Cabbage Smash Kid can make it back and score any points. 2 points earned for the Dirty Jersey Roller Derby.
With a total of 6 for the last jam.
Dr. Babe's still in the box, in between the jams.
And we have a Shreddy Bear jamming against Tough Crust Pizza at the moment. Some very tough walls out there.
And there's lead, Shreddy Bear. Blue 5-6 making out of the pack first.
And we have had another star pass complete to number 8.
Emma Effa. Great derby names we're seeing today here.
Agreed.
Jam is called off. 2 points for Blue, Port Authorities. Dirty Jersey not able to score on that one. Score currently 43-17. Looks like Blue T-Rex in the box for multiplayer. So waving.
And she says she did, in fact, do the penalty.
You do the crime, you serve the time.
We have 999 against number 19. And Becca makes it out of the pack, sneaking by on that outside line. And carefully stepping along the inside line, she makes her second pass.
White jammer Ivana Exposa out of the pack. Becca calling it off before Ivana can make it back to the pack and score any points.
It's a very good strategy. If you receive lead jammer, to call it off before the opposing jammer can get any points. which has happened a lot on both sides so far in this game. Both of these teams are extremely smart. They know what they're up to.
They sure do, Mix. Boy, those jammers are dancing around, trying to find a hole. Penalty called. Sounds like it was a multiplayer on blue.
On 113 from the Port
Thugs
Authorities.
Bunny out of the pack first with lead. Cargo right behind. And Thugs is calling it. 4 points for the Port Authorities. Dirty Jersey still sitting at 17.
Now our Port Authorities are going to start 2 blockers down at the beginning of this jam, which is a challenge for Dash and Campbell, currently on the track together.
Heartless Birch, blue 518, getting a direction. Some tough hits here.
Our jammers have exited the pack directly next to each other, and Habs is going to call it off.
You love to see that. Heartless Birch still in the box. Shreddy Bear 5-6 and Ivana Exposio 1-9, jamming for both teams. Shreddy Bear, blue 5-6, makes it out of the pack first. Ivana Exposio right behind.
And Shreddy calls it just in time.
T-Rex back in the box with a forearm.
Let's see, did T-Rex in fact do the penalty she's sitting for? She says she didn't. I don't believe her.
Pixie Sticks also in the box. That's the pivot number 8-8 for white, serving for a low block. Both jammers out of the pack.
But one with a penalty. So Port Authorities have a power jam.
Power jam. Looks like both blockers are back on the track who had been serving penalties. Penalty called on blue 2-2, hard dash.
For a
Close in the penalty
cut.
box. Sounds like it was a cut. 40 seconds left in the jam. Becca calls it off before Cargo Riot is able to make it back to the pack.
A very long jam once again.
We want to give a shout out to DJ F Major as a timeout is called for Team White, Dirty Jersey. The music you heard before the game, in between games, is courtesy of the extraordinary DJ F Major. You too can book DJ F for your next wedding, party, corporate event, or sporting event. He also offers professional pop-up karaoke.
Ooh.
For more information or to book an event, email DJ F Major, that's EFFMAJOR @gmail.com. Mix, what's your go-to karaoke song?
Oh, goodness. Some kind of ballad, probably. Do you have a go-to?
I shouldn't have asked this without knowing myself. We are being told we have a palindrome score currently, 7-1 to 1-7.
That must mean something, right?
Absolutely. I don't know what song, but I think it would be by Kesha. Maybe TikTok. Jam is back on in 5 seconds. Jam is on.
We have 110 Bugs Bunny for the Maine Port authorities.
But it's
And we
Emma
have
Effa, number 8 for the white dirty jersey roller derby, making it out of the pack first. Emma Effa with lead. And Emma Effa calls it off before Thugs Bunny is able to make it back to the pack.
earning 4 points and keeping MRD scoreless.
We've got our wonderful volunteer, Wreck-It, patching up the track for us. Thank you so much, Wreck-It, for your time. And we want to thank all the volunteers and officials who make this game possible. Love the hustle. Cabbage Smash Kid number 716 for the blue Port Authorities. Thank you for the number, Cab. Number of skaters in the box right now. Looks like we have number 81 Cutter for an illegal position, 2-2 Dash for the Port Authorities with a low block, and Milf and Cookies just getting out for having served a cut. Milf and Cookies, great name.
And with that, with a low block to blue jammer,
Power Jam
Dirty-
for the white.
Dirty Jersey gets a power jam.
Power Jam! I believe Cabs had lead, so now with lead jammer gone.
And Dash manages to draw a cut on the Dirty Jersey jammer.
It's going to be a full 2-minute jam here, folks.
And with that, we have a jammer swap.
Caps coming back to the pack. You cannot play derby without a jammer on the track. So if both jammers get a penalty, we'll have a jammer swap. Penalty called for white 8-8. Seems like it was a direction. Ivana Exposa back on the track. And that's the jam. Seeing a high five between, got a timeout for blue.
And during this timeout, we'd like to shout out our officials for Game 5 of our tournament today. We have Miss Overwatch, Sticky Situation, Nerd Girl, Worst Case Scenario, Madcap Eris, Ope, Thunder Bunny, Violet Offender, Rice and Crispy Treat, Tony Baloney, Twisted Throttle, Dutch, Bounty, Freak, Raging Cajun, Heather, and Sheriff.
Many of these officials have traveled long distances to support this tournament. Officials help keep Derby safe, fair, and fun in that order.
Yes.
The game literally cannot happen without them. We want to, again, special thanks to our head officials, Chemical Restraint, Candy Bacon, and our Games Tournament Oversight Officer, Dry White Toast. They are identifiable with a lei, beautiful leis, worn by our head officials. The 1 minute for the timeout is over. We are back on. 5 seconds to Derby.
And our Dirty Jersey jammer, 7782, is out of the pack,
A lot of
but
things
not
happening.
with lead. Blue 56 received a penalty, meaning that there is currently no lead jammer, so this jam will run.
Two skaters currently in the box for Blue Port Authorities. Shreddy Bear for a cut. Chickadee Wallop serving for a forearm penalty. As Cargo Riot makes another pass at the pack.
And White 9-5 heading to the penalty box for a direction or a clockwise block, as you may hear it called. It's called that occasionally because clockwise is against derby direction.
Both jammers earning points for their team. Points are earned when the jammer's hips make it past the blocker's hips.
And
White
with
7782, the white jammer has received a penalty, making this a power jam for the Port Authorities.
Now, White Jammer has received a multiplayer block. This is an unusual penalty for jammers specifically, but can happen when a jammer is taking a shirt whip off of somebody,
Jam is
and
called off.
that link is challenged and not broken. When that happens, a jammer can get a multiplayer block.
White 8-8 with a fantastic tumble in that last second. Hope they're okay. It's a tough spot, folks.
That it is. And in between jams, we have Blue 113 sitting for a back block.
The Port Authorities have a power start. It is when the opposing jammer starts the jam in the penalty box. And Becca
And
does make it out.
with a beautiful slalom, Becca makes it out of the pack, securing lead jammer.
White 7782 making it through the pack, but Becca calls it off before they can make a scoring pass. The Port Authorities are now at 107 points. Dirty Jersey at 39.
As we approach the last 5 minutes of our first half. Becca making it through on the outside during that last jam with a wonderful push from Cutter. Your blockers are your best friends.
Both jammers making it out of the pack. Tough Crust Pizza, number 360 for the White Dirty Jersey, calling it off before either jammer can make a scoring pass. We have about 6 minutes left in this bout, folks, or in this half, rather. Want to make sure you get your raffle tickets in. The raffles are going to be called at halftime for a lot of the prizes available today. The skate rental counter over on the side there has an enticing array of raffle prizes that are yours to win. You're just going to purchase those raffle tickets at the counter, write your name and email address on the tickets, drop a ticket in the jar for each prize you'd like to win. Some prizes. We've got some handmade crafts from a lot of our skaters. A gift certificate for a massage at Wits. Let's focus. And many other things, but Cabbage Smash Kid calling the jam off for that last jam.
We've had a few jams recently where both jammers make it out of the pack very, very close to each other. It's been a very competitive game so far, folks.
White blocker 206, Wendy Skulls in the penalty box currently for a forearm. Mix, what is a forearm penalty?
I'm so glad you asked, Liver. A forearm penalty is when a person's forearm is used in this game and causes impact. You cannot use your forearms in derby, otherwise we'd be shoving people with them all of the time.
Shreddy Bear Blue 5-6 with the lead, calling it off.
Securing 4 points for the Port Authorities. The Port Authorities score is 1-1-1.
An angel number, do you know what that means?
Yes, I do. That I do.
What does 111 represent?
Oh, I don't know what it specifically means. I just know it means something.
That's okay. This is Jam 20 with 4 minutes left.
A solid hit from White Blocker 9-5, knocking Becca to the inside.
And lead has been called for Blue 999, Becca. And a penalty for Blue 8-1, Cutter. And the Port Authorities looks like it was a cut. A cut is called when a skater leaves the track and fails to rejoin the track behind
anyone who had position on them at the time.
Thank you, yes. Becca calls off the jam. Score 1-1-5, Port Authorities, 3-9, Dirty Jersey. Bugs Bunny and Sassafraggle.
What a wonderful name. I think that's the first time we've seen Sassafraggle start out as the jammer this game. Both of these jammers are very jukey, very strong, very persistent.
And Sassafraggle makes it out first. Sassafraggle with the lead. That's number 4 for the white Dirty Jersey roller derby team. Thugs also out of the pack. Sassafraggle gets 4 points for the Dirty Jersey.
Hopping so cleanly around that inside line.
And calls it off before Thugs can make it back to the pack.
We have Emma Effa and Cabbage Smash Kid as our jammers.
Cabbage Smash Kid, number 716, makes it out of the pack to get lead. Star pass for the white Dirty Jersey roller derby team.
And
Star
with that,
pass.
Cabs calls it off. We have just over a minute left of this half. If you haven't bought a raffle ticket and you've been waiting for the right time, now is the time. Head on over to the skate counter and see which prizes you'd like to win.
And we have an official review called
Yeah, you're fine.
by Team White Dirty Jersey.
Custom apparel made easy since 1984.
Thank you so much, Atlantic Sportswear. Timeout is over. We've got blue 5-6 Shreddy Bear jamming for the Port Authorities, and 7782 Cargo Riot for the Dirty Jersey. A matchup we've seen before this bout. But Shreddy Bear makes it out first, number blue.
With a beautiful
5-6.
shirt whip on the outside.
Cargo Riot makes it out of the pack as well. And the jam is called by Shreddy Bear.
And it looks like we will have one more jam for this first half. Are y'all having fun out there?
Woohoo!
Yeah.
I love to hear it.
Love to hear it. We have Emma Effa against Becca. Both blocking walls doing an absolutely beautiful job here of containing the jammers. And despite that, Becca makes it out with lead.
Becca scoring 4 points for the Port Authorities. Emma Effa getting drawn back by skater 2-2, hard dash.
And we have number 5 in the penalty box, Melly Kay, serving for illegal contact. We're really enjoying calling those penalty box people out tonight, aren't we?
These wonderful officials making these calls. And with that, Becca calls the jam.
Running it just long enough to bring us to intermission. Stick around to hear which person gets which raffle item.
It's a great opportunity to meet some of the current members of Maine Roller Derby and work on your skating skills before trying out for the Fresh Muscle program in early September. All are welcome. You can check out our website, www.mainrollerderby.com/boot-camp for more details.
It's going to be a ton of fun, y'all. Come skate with us, see what it's all about.
I am the head of new recruits myself, so
Yes, come
very
skate with
excited
Liver.
to meet you all. If any of you are interested in joining us, we would love for you to join. And we really are going to be teaching you the basics of how to skate. So if you don't know how to skate, please join us this Monday. We'd love to see you there.
Dash saying they need a jammer. I don't know. Do you think they need a jammer out there?
It would be helpful.
I think it'd probably be helpful.
Can't hurt.
And with that, halftime is over.
White 7782 Cargo Riot jamming for the white dirty jersey roller derby team. Blue 999 Becca for the blue Maine Port Authorities. And Becca makes it out of the pack first, gaining lead for the blue Port Authorities.
And blue 22 Dash receives an illegal contact penalty for blocking a downed skater. Becca makes another pass through the pack.
Cargo Riot making out of the pack, but not with the lead.
That is hard work. They make it look easy out there.
Becca calling it off for the Port Authorities. Got another lining up coming out onto the track. Looks like we have number 10, Thugs Bunny, versus number 360, Tough Crust Pizza.
Such a good name.
And there goes Thugs Bunny with the lead.
Taking a tumble to the outside there, but up and off like a shot anyway.
Thugs gesticulating wildly to call off the jam.
It is important to be seen by your jammer ref.
While the outside pack refs can reflect that the jammer is calling it off, only the jammer ref is allowed to start those whistles to indicate that the jam has been called off. And you want to start those whistles as soon as possible to call off the jam as quickly as possible if it has been called off by the jammer. We've got white 8 Emma Effa and blue 716 Cabbage Smash Kids jamming for the teams here today.
And blue 8-1 heading to the box with a forearm penalty.
Gotta watch those penalty sticks, or arms, as you sometimes call them.
And
Multiplayer penalty called on blue 2-2 Dash. Dash is sent to the box.
Hedda and Melly still managing to keep that jammer contained, but not for long.
Looks like we do have a power jam for the Dirty Jersey Roller Derby, but a jammer swap, as both jammers got penalties.
That's gonna spring Cabbage Smash Kid back into the pack, and she makes it through.
Can't play derby without a jammer. So Emma Effa only served a short amount of time. That's with the jammer swap. The jammer will serve the same amount of time as the other jammer. So if the other jammer gets out only with 8 seconds having been served, the other jammer will serve for that same 8 seconds to keep it equal and fair. But it looks like Eva is back to the box with a cut having been served. Power jam for the Maine roller derby. Port Authorities. White 4-3-2 slam Hathaway going to the box for a forearm penalty. Going to go sit with blue 1-2 Campbell, who is serving for a multiplayer.
Sneaking through on the outside line thanks to some incredible offense.
And that's a full 2-minute jam, folks. The score currently, Maine roller derby with 147 points. The Dirty Jersey roller derby team with 43.
Both teams are starting with a blocker down this jam. We have blue 5-6 Shreddy Bear and white number 4 Sassafraggle jamming for their respective teams.
Both jammers out of the pack. Shreddy Bear with the lead. Shreddy Bear calling off the jam.
Shreddy managing to secure 4 points.
But 2 points for the Dirty Jersey roller derby as well. That white jammer was able to make it past a few blue blockers before the jam was called off.
The Port Authorities will start with the pivot in the penalty box.
Number 113, Agent Mulder, serving a penalty for illegal contact. Number 999, Becca, making it out of the pack to get lead. Callgirl Riot just making it out of the pack herself.
And with some beautiful offense from white blocker 206, our jammer makes it out of the pack. Cargo Riot making their first pass. But Becca calls it before they can get there.
4 points for Maine, 0 points for Dirty Jersey on that last lap.
We have blue 10 Thugs Bunny for the Port Authorities and white 360 Tough Crust Pizza. And Thugs makes a pass and calls it off. I'm sensing a theme tonight.
I spoke to Thugs Bunny earlier and asked her if there was anything she would like me to share tonight. She told me to tell her to do better. Seems like she's doing just fine on her own.
She's not paying attention anyway, so.
Both jammers fighting to get through and get lead. And that's a penalty for blue jammer 716, meaning it's a power jam for the Dirty Jersey roller derby. The white Dirty Jersey roller derby team can focus all their attention on getting their jammer out of the pack. Looks like it is a cut though.
And this will be our second jammer swap of the evening.
It's going to be a full 2-minute jam here, folks.
Cavs manages to make it through, fresh out of the penalty box. And star pass complete. White 3 is now the jammer for Dirty Jersey. It is hard work out there, folks. For the blockers stopping oncoming jammers, going as fast as they can, and the jammers pushing blockers. And White 3 receives an out-of-bounds block and will head to the penalty box to sit as the jammer in between jams.
That means
Which means
power start for the
Maine
Maine
Roller
Roller
Derby.
Derby. Port Authorities. Don't forget, we've got 20 minutes left of this half. Don't forget to check out the merchandise that we have available for sale, both from our visiting teams in the eating area and over on the side from the Maine Roller Derby. Shreddy Bear makes it out of the pack.
And Shreddy takes that inside line, makes it out with lead. Blue number 9, T-Rex, headed to the penalty box once again. Did she do it this time? She's too focused. We'll never know. And white number 3 makes it out of the pack. Prepared to star pass, but she doesn't need it. She makes it out anyway.
We've got a timeout called from the Port Authorities.
And while that timeout is in effect, we'd like to thank a couple more of our sponsors for the game today. First, we have Seaweed Co., which is Maine's premier adult-use cannabis company, offering the state's best selection of cannabis products alongside a friendly, knowledgeable team ready to help you find the right fit. Whether you're looking to manage pain, improve sleep, or simply add a little more positivity to your day. That's Seaweed Co.
We'd also like to thank Jibe Consulting at this time. Jibe Consulting is a boutique healthcare consulting firm. To jibe means pivoting with purpose, harnessing momentum, and leading through the pack. Values we proudly share with the roller derby community. At Jibe, we believe in agility, strategy, and teamwork to build healthier communities, and we are proud to support the strength, resilience, and fierce spirit of roller derby. Thank you so much to Jibe Consulting. That minute timeout is now over. We are back on the track. White 7782 Cargo Riot up against Blue 999 Becca. Cargo Riot making out of the pack first for lead this jam.
Pushing through on that inside line. And
Cargo Riot gets a point for the Dirty Jersey Roller Derby, then calls it off. The score currently at 173 to the Maine Port Authorities and 49 for the Dirty Jersey Roller Derby. We've got our wonderful Jim Vernier doing photos for today. Get some wonderful shots here.
And Blue Jammer is headed to the penalty box.
Ivana Exposia coming over for a power jam.
And streaking up that inside line, makes their first pass. And does it again, earning another 4 points and calling it to burn thugs in the penalty box. This means that Dirty Jersey, will start with a power start.
Power start. you will be able to win some of my own Power Jam tomorrow in the raffle.
And despite starting in the penalty box, Blue 1-0 Thugs manages to get lead. But 3-6-0 is not that far behind them.
We've got about 16 and a half minutes left in this half, but if you were looking to get a concession, an icy, a piece of pizza, some popcorn, we have about 5 minutes left to do so. Concession stand is going to close in 5 minutes. Happy Wheels recently also earned their liquor license, so you can get some beer and wine and seltzer there as well. So if you'd like to do so, you've got about 5 minutes left. Go get a nice cold one before the last 16 minutes of this period.
And with a beautiful push up through the middle, breaking the links of the blockers, Cargo Riot makes it through with lead and completes the first pass.
Beautiful juke there by Cargo Riot for another 4 points for the Dirty Jersey Roller Derby team. It's been a wonderful day of Derby today, but don't forget to join us tomorrow. We've got 5 more amazing games lined up for tomorrow. Full weekend of Derby here in Maine.
As you can see, all of these skaters, again, skating or reffing or volunteering.
Ivana Exposia, white 1-9 with lead currently.
The blockers are racing the pack to try to keep their points from being scored.
It's 2 points for the Dirty Jersey Roller Derby and 1 point for the Maine Roller Derby Port Authority. Shreddy Bear number 5-6 was able to swing her hips in front of one of those blockers to get that point for the Port Authorities.
Yes, we all know the points are stored in the hips.
It's all in the hips.
Cargo Riot using some expert side-to-side dashes to break up the wall before dashing through on the outside line. Makes it through the pack, scoring 4 points and leaving Maine scoreless.
The Dirty Jersey Roller Derby score is currently 6-7.
And with that, I have to leave.
I teach high school, I have to do it.
That makes sense, you get a pass. Bugs Bunny making it through the back for lead. And a star pass to white number 3, Dr. Babe, who is now white team's jammer.
Another 4 points for the Port Authorities, bringing their score up to 182 points. Will they make it to 200? Stay tuned to find out. Chickadee Wallop jamming for the Port Authorities versus Sassafraggle for the Dirty Jersey.
First time we've seen Chickadee jam this evening. They've been blocking their heart out all night.
White blocker 5-0, Milk and Cookies recycling the jammer back.
And blue 113 heads to the box with a low block against white jammer.
Chickadee Wallop earns lead for the Port Authorities.
With a little flourish of a spin on that outside line.
Chickadees are featured in a lot of the merch here today, designed by Mixed Media, available for sale over on the right. Maybe your left, our right. Spectacular way to end the jam here.
Maine roller derby manages to score 3, but Dirty Jersey gets the full 4.
Was that an apex jump mix that we saw just there?
I do believe that was.
Can you explain what an apex jump is as a jammer yourself? What is an apex jump?
An apex jump is when you really don't want to hit the wall and you'd rather jump over the out of bounds and land back in bounds and score all those points anyway. And sometimes that is the easier option.
Takes a lot of skill, though. I would hardly call it easy. Blue jammer 5-6 Shreddy Bear earning a lead for the Port Authorities. As blue blocker 8-1 Cutter heads to the box for a multiplayer penalty. A multiplayer penalty, you cannot block with your forearms. You need to let the jammer throw if they contest that link. A failure to let the link go results in a multiplayer penalty. White pivot Dr. Babe also at the box, serving for a forearm penalty, as white jammer Ivana Exposa, number 19, nicks it out of the pack. But Shreddy Bear calls off the jam before Ivana Exposa can make any points for the Dirty Jerseys.
Now Shreddy waited just a couple more seconds at the end there to try to draw our time out closer to the end of the game before calling it off.
9.5 minutes remaining in this day of roller derby. Little jammer on jammer action there. But Becca makes it out of the pack first, earning lead for the blue Port Authorities. Cargo Riot makes it past the blue blockers and is making their first slap around the pack. But Becca calls it off, earning 4 more points for the Port Authorities. 193 to 7-1.
This has been an incredible and wonderful day of derby, and it would not be possible without all of our volunteers.
Let's give it up for the
spectrum.
volunteers here.
So let's give it up. We have Tough Crust Pizza jamming for Dirty Jersey, and Thugs Bunny for Maine Roller Derby, who's just made it out of the pack.
White jammer 360 still stuck in that pack as Thugs makes another scoring pass. Maine Roller Derby now over 200 points as Thugs scores more and more for the Maine Roller Derby Port Authorities. A star pass has happened for the Dirty Jersey.
But they do not get a chance to act on it as Thugs calls it off.
Timeout has been called by the Dirty Jersey Roller Derby team.
This has been a very tight game. Regardless of the score, sometimes when you're playing Derby, I've been down so many points, but it feels like you're right there, and this is one of those games that is so intense and so close, and every single point is worked so hard for.
These are some incredible athletes out there doing their hardest. And they're going to do it all again tomorrow.
That we are.
Next West is going to start the jam, our wonderful jam timer nerd girl. Calls 5 seconds. And there's the whistle to start the jam.
We have Becca versus Ivana Exposia.
Lead has been called for Blue Jammer 999, Becca. Lead is now closed.
Blue 506 Existential Shred receives a direction. It is very hard to tell in the turn whether you're doing a direction or not. The port authorities will start with 1 down in the box. We have Cabs versus Cargo Riot.
Cabbage Smash Kid, number 716, makes it out of the pack first. Cargo Riot, also out of the pack.
Taking a hard hit from number 22 Dash, but managing to stay in bounds anyway.
Cabs calling off the jam before Cargo Riot can make a scoring pass. 1 point for the Maine Roller Derby team. That is 214 points total for the Maine Roller Derby. Home team advantage here at Happy Wheels for the Maine Roller Derby. Home.
And we have just about 5 minutes left of this game.
Home court, home track, home turf.
And Rex is heading to the penalty box again. Tough Crust Pizza makes it through the pack. But Thugs calls it before they can get back.
Timeout called by the port authorities. They have 2 skaters currently serving penalties at this time. So they're going to start with 2 skaters down. The white Dirty Jersey Roller Derby team has a full lineup. They're going to start with quite an advantage in this next jam. Let's take this time to shout out again our officials who are doing an amazing job today. Thank you so much. A lot of these officials came from very far away. They're serving in a lot of games, on skates, off skates. They're doing it all.
Yes, our officials are fantastic, very knowledgeable about the rules, very flexible. Everyone is playing different positions every game that they play, always learning things from each other, giving each other feedback. It's a wonderful environment to be a part of. I am very grateful for them.
We like to call them Team Zebra.
Yes.
The
Can
distinctive
we get a cheer for
white
Team
stripes.
Zebra? Oh, come on, y'all could do better than that. Cheer for Team Zebra,
Team
our
Zebra.
officials. There it is. And with that, Cargo Riot makes it out of the pack and secures lead for Dirty Jersey.
Having 2 skaters in the box for the Blue Port Authorities really gave the Dirty Jersey roller derby team the advantage.
Gets
White
it out on the
jammer.
outside and calls the jam off. Earning 2
Quite
points.
a tumble, but doing okay. Calls it off from the floor. Going into jam number 23, we've got Blue Becca 999 versus Ivana Exposia, White 19. And the jam is on. Becca, number 999, getting lead. Emma Effa, currently in the box as the pivot for the white team, the Dirty Jersey Roller Derbies.
But they are out.
Becca calling off the jam before Ivana Exposa can score any points here.
We have just a couple jams left here in this game.
In this day,
And in this day.
we hope you all have had a wonderful day here today. It's been a lot of work putting this all together
And a lot of fun.
and a lot of fun. I know I've had fun.
And Cavs manages to push through. Oh, star pass. Now we have Sassafraggle jamming. And makes it out of the pack. And our white jammer receives a low block penalty and will head to the penalty box, meaning that our port authorities will start with a power jam.
Power jam! Power start!
Now there's a good chance this might be the last jam of our game. So make
The
sure
jam
to
is
cheer
on.
extra loud for these skaters. We're working so hard.
White 1-2 heading to the box. Jill Maddock for a back block. As Thugs makes a scoring pass, earning 4 points for the Port Authorities. And another 4 points. As Sassafraggle returns to the track. Sassafraggle back to the box for a cut penalty. Another power jam for the roller derby, Maine roller derby Port Authorities. Thugs Bunny scoring another 4 points.
And white blocker 718 receives a cut penalty. Thug sneaks through once again.
All the skaters now on both teams standing in support of this final jam.
Sassafraggle makes it through the pack, straight out of the penalty box.
And Thug skulls it off.
And we
What
have
an incredible game.
Yes, with an unofficial score of 254 for the Port Authorities and 74 for Dirty Jersey. That was a 28-point jam for Thug's Bunny. An extraordinary feat.
We're going to verify those scores, and then there it is.
And that's Derby.
Excellent work to both teams here today.
Agreed. Make sure to come out and get your high fives if you want them. Tell these teams congratulations, and then stick around for our last MVP awards of the day.
I want to encourage you once more, if you are interested in joining